After months of political maneuvering and hectic negotiations, Pakistan passed the controversial Constitution Amendment Bill. The bill initially received the Senate's nod with a two-thirds majority. It was later presented in the National Assembly during a late-night session on Sunday that extended well past midnight, finally receiving the green light in the wee hours of Monday. So what is the 26th Amendment Bill? Let's just break it down for you. The 26th Constitutional Amendment Bill, also known as the Constitutional Package, is legislation aimed at taking away the Supreme Court's suo motu powers. It sets the Chief Justice of Pakistan's term at 3 years and empowers the Prime Minister basically to appoint the next Chief Justice from among the three most senior top court judges. The initial draft had reportedly proposed 56 amendments. However, after a lot of deliberation among the parties, these were reduced to 27 in the final version passed by the National Assembly. This after allegations of draconian provisions by the opposition.
It's a historic day for democracy in Pakistan. The framers of the Constitution had envisaged parliamentary sovereignty, parliamentary supremacy. And today, by passing the 26th Amendment, and it was by and large by consensus because the clauses on which PTI had objection, they were removed. And all political parties had developed a consensus on this constitutional amendment. So I think it's a great day for democracy, for parliamentary democracy in Pakistan. It's a great day for parliamentary sovereignty. There was no oversight with regard to performance of judges, regarding appointment of judges. I think the whole process will now be transparent. And the world over, there's a whole process of judicial appointments and performance evaluation. But in Pakistan, the judges were being appointed by their own institution, performance evaluation was being done by their own institution, and we've seen the past. Prime ministers have been sent packing on technical grounds by the judiciary, so I think this is a big step forward.
An earlier attempt in September by the ruling PMLN to bulldoze the amendments did not succeed. It basically failed to win over the GUIF and the legislation could not be tabled despite houses being in session. And then a special parliamentary committee was formed last month, which had the representation of all parties, including the PTI. The committee discussed various proposals over the past few weeks. Maulana Fazlur Rahman, the chief of the GUIF, played a key mediating role as the opposition voiced concerns about the proposed amendments as well as alleged intimidation of its lawmakers for their support of the draft. A major bone of contention was the proposed Federal Constitutional Court, which the PTI opposed, and the GUIF demanded a constitutional bench instead, which the draft now incorporates. While the GUIF had reached an agreement on the draft with the PPP early this month, the PTI said it had no objections to the final draft, but officially the party boycotted the voting. So what is Pakistan trying to do here with the introduction of this diluted bill? And what do these amendments mean for the independence of the judiciary in Pakistan? Critics claim it is an effort to rein in the Supreme Court as it has emerged as a political force in its own right and challenged Pakistan's powerful military establishment. The Pakistan Supreme Court in the past has repeatedly issued rulings pushing back on the establishment's efforts to sideline the former Prime Minister Imran Khan and his party. The amendments basically ensure that judges perceived to be loyal to Imran Khan will be forced out of contention for the Chief Justice role. Some of those opposing the amendment also believe that hand-picking the Chief Justice among a list of three will lead to a Game of Thrones every few years. And some see the amendments as a huge blow to judicial independence. They believe the idea of the executive picking a Chief Justice and a parliamentary committee determining which Superior Court judge can hear constitutional matters will undermine judicial independence. And the supporters of the constitutional amendment say they would curb judicial activism. Here's what Pakistan's Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif told the parliament. I'm quoting, the new constitutional amendments would basically help end the palace conspiracies to oust governments and remove prime ministers. So the big question remains, how will the new law impact the life of the jailed former Prime Minister Imran Khan and his party's future? To stay up to speed with the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.